Lynn, your question was how to be still, slow down, be calm, relax, focus on one thing at a time, stop racing thoughts. Well, I'm going to try to keep this short only because I say this comes up a lot in almost all my videos. So just for the greater good of everybody else, I might speed through it. But don't worry, I'm sure you'll see some other videos of mine at some point, and so you'll get this message again and again. So here's a quickie, because it is a big thing, but that's why I talk about it a lot, and it's important. So it's a great question, but since I always talk about it and will continue to, I'll try to give this more of a quick paint over. Do meditate. First, it starts with a choice. Choose that you want to do that. Truly make that your choice. If you don't really make that choice, then you might not be so successful. So when you're ready to really make the choice, boom, okay. So how to slow down, how to be calm, how to relax, how to focus on one thing at a time and stop racing thoughts. Well, that's all takes place up in the mind, right? When we're not calm, when thoughts are racing, what is that? That's the mind. It's not us. So locate yourself. Do meditative things that quiet the mind. Make the decision and then start making that a regular practice. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's washing dishes, if it's jogging, if it's traditional meditation, it doesn't matter. Do lots of things. Don't just do one thing. Do lots of things that clear your mind as much as possible. The mind is not the enemy. We're just trying to quiet it down, calm it down. Because once we come back into the mind from a solid place of us, of that quiet place, that stillness of awareness that's truly us, then the mind is much more cooperative and works with us. It can be a great tool. It starts to trust the directive as opposed to trying to solve all the problems it actually created. So how do we locate yourself? Well, are you your personality? No. Your personality changes all throughout your life. It's changed. You were not the same personality when you were 10. You might have some similarities, but you're not the same person. So if you're not your personality, that's not really you. And personalities change, so it's not constant. So let's eliminate all the things that change, because we're in a world where everything changes. Everything changes. So same thing as with it. Everything changes. Let's find out what doesn't change, and then we locate ourselves. So we're not our personalities. Are we our bodies? No. We can't be these bodies because our bodies have changed over 1,000,000 times on a cellular level. You are not the same. You look similar, but when you were that baby, every cell has changed. So even the parts are different. It's not the same. It's just a resemblance. It's kind of a copy, really, and then a copy that's transformed and adapted and grown and expanded. The program's expanded. So an improvement, really. So we're not our bodies. We can't be our bodies. We're in our bodies, but we're not our bodies. It's not really what we are. It's always changing. I think it can change to anything. So we're not our personalities. We're not our body. Are we our emotions? Of course not. They're definitely transitional. Are we our opinions? Our minds. Are we our minds? Well, we change our minds all the time, right? Your beliefs have totally changed many times over since you were young, and they'll continue to. That's one of the things we change the quickest is our minds. And so, are you your beliefs? Are you your thoughts? No, they're transitory. They come and go and they change. So what did that leave us? What does that leave us? Well, if you've ever sat and just stared at, say, light sparkling on the water or a shadow on the wall or whatever it is, somewhere where you just sat, and we've all done this in our life at some point, and you're just sitting somewhere quietly and everything's just in just the right environment and you're not thinking any thoughts. But you're aware, you're still there, you're actually looking at what you're looking at, but you're just kind of spacing off, but you're not having any thoughts. Well, then I guess you died, right? Because if you're the mind, then, or your personality, then you should be dead, right? But you're not dead. So something is aware. And people sometimes even go in meditation, they even feel like they leave their body. So again, you're not your mind, your personality, your body. something's still aware. You are aware. When you're in stillness and nothing's going on, you're still aware that you're there. That's you. You located yourself. Bingo. So the more time we spend there, and the more time you do that, the more less you're running away from yourself, which is what the majority of us is what we do. We're running from ourselves. We're seeking all the answers out there when everything out there is pointing right back at us in this funhouse of mirrors. Everything, when we look at it under microscopes and we look at philosophically and spiritually and we do all these things, everything's pointing at us. Everything. Everything is saying, go look back at yourself. Go inward. Go inward. Go inward. So the more you do this and don't run from it, that's acts of self-love as well. So you're building self-love. And the more time you spend in there, the more time you in your real stillness, the more you will love yourself, and the more you'll come out more centered. And so, the more you'll do things even when you're not in stillness. You'll do things that still bring you, laughing, dancing, creative things that make you go in a peaceful place. You'll just naturally do that. So I think I answered the question there. Yeah. So that's how you do it. Don't make the mind the essence with racing thoughts. You just need to just give it gentle shushes, or go to do things that are meditative, and that's all you really got to do. Or just, if your mind starts going over the same thing, say you're getting over something like a heartbreak, if you're pretty much getting over it, but still the mind wants to go, yeah, but it would have been so nice, just then listen, don't panic, don't make it the enemy, and just go, but don't take it seriously, don't put a lot of energy, and just hear it and go, give yourself a kind of, yeah, I know, I've heard it, you've been saying this a lot, I know, what you gonna do? Like if you were a friend, you would just be going, what you gonna do? Right? I hear you, pal. So be good to yourself, but don't take it too seriously. And just let the thoughts flow through. And one thing I want to do add there, though, is feel it first, though. Don't avoid feeling it. A lot of people, they're trying to do that, but they haven't felt it. So when you first, things come up, whether it's stress or whatever it is, or things you need to work through or let go, work through them, feel them. Don't try not to feel it. Feel it, but try to feel it and not run in the mind as you feel it. Just say, no, I'm going to feel this. I'm going to feel sad right now about this. I'm going to let it come. And then just let your mind be clear as you feel it. And that in itself is huge and is a great release. And then from there, it's just choosing to let it go. Everything comes down to a choice, and then choosing to try to get in a quiet your mind and continue at that. So, great question. Thank you very much, Lynn. Good night.